Hi everyone. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in. Hey Angie, how you doing today? How y'all doing today, y'all? Let me get this up. Whew. What's going on? Make sure you guys press the like button as you come in. Um, if you want to share me out, share me out. Um, we do have a lot to discuss on tonight. I do um before I get into this, guys, I do want to play a video. Guys, on July the 22nd, I think, to the 24th. Hey Trisha, hey Brianna. Um, there will be a meet and greet. The McCray Kings, guys. If you do not have not subscribed to the McCray Kings, make sure you guys go subscribe there. Um, they are doing a meet and greet, and I'm gonna do my best to be in the building that day or be a part of. They're doing a meet and greet extravaganza, and I'm gonna try my best to be there to support them and be a part of it. And I want you guys, if you guys want to be a part of it, thank you, Brianna. Um, make sure you guys come if you want to be meet me and the other content creators that you may know. I know for sure that the McCray Kings are the ones that are putting this together. I told them that I will support and I would share their the the meet and greet information with you guys. I am going to play this video for you guys, and then I am going to get into this. I do want to do this um before I get into this content. Okay, so guys, just allow me a moment here to pull this up. Um, so if you guys live in the New York area and want to be a part of the and you're a content creator or whatever, you want to be a part of it. If you want to meet me, if you want to meet the McCray Kings, if you want, I don't know what other content creators will be in the building, but there will probably be content creators. So, but it is done by the McCray Kings. I am going to play their video skit to give them support. So make sure you guys, if you guys have not Okay, guys. So that. I do want to make sure you guys y'all go over there and subscribe to those guys. They will give out more information to um about this meet and greet that they're having. And what I'm gonna do now, guys, if I'm gonna go ahead and get on with the story. So, guys, as you know, guys, this week we've been covering the three boys, really four, that was abandoned in an apartment building. And today, guys, the mother and the boyfriend, they have been set as they have a bond. I have put that information out there. The boyfriend is on $1 million bond. He is charged for murder, and the mother, she is charged for tampering with the corpse, not disclosing child abuse or whatever they call it. And she needs to be charged with negligence. I don't know why they ain't charged her with that. Pay forever, Mira J. And her bond is like all together with all of her charges is $900,000. So guys, we're going to listen to, okay, her family has came out and they have done an interview with the news. I only got like a minute clip, but we're gonna listen to that. And then we're going to listen to the sheriff department news press conference that they did around 1 or 2 o'clock today. And I want to, and then we're going to, first we're going to listen to the bond hearing, because I think that's the most important thing, is listening to the bond hearing, because y'all gonna hear her story, child. So she just gonna, I'm gonna just say this, she gonna place the whole blame on him. She knew that he was beating these kids. Let's just keep it real. She knew he was beating these kids. She knew her son was dead. But instead of reporting him to the police and calling the police on him for beating her son to death, she dragged the baby in the room and covered him. No, he covered him up. She just told the kids to leave, and she left with the kids and left them stranded. We're gonna get in all that. It's ridiculous, and it's the most saddest thing you ever want to hear. It's sad. And I don't understand how these kids fell through the crack and how no one was there to support them. They had family. And the sad part about the situation with the little boy is the little boy was autistic and he was nonverbal. And his name is Kendrick. He's not a little boy anymore, no more. He was Kendrick. And Kendrick was murdered. And we have to get in, and Kendrick gonna get justice. And y'all, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to listen to, and I do want to, before I continue any further, I do want to shout out my content, my people that come to me and say, Monica, you know, this is what I did. Shout out to Trisha and Miss Sheila. I know they're out there in the Texas area, and I appreciate you guys for sending me this information to my email, to my inbox. I appreciate you guys for sending that information out there to me, because, you know, I work and I don't get it all. So, you know, honey, I don't know, Trisha, but this is ridiculous. Oh, you're welcome. This is what we need to talk about. This is what Monica News and Views is about. Like, just getting things out there that we don't normally talk about. This is what it's about. And then we have fun too. You know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it real. You know, this wasn't right. I don't care if you're white, black, blue, or purple. This ain't right. And we're going to listen to her bond hearing. And let me get that up. She Lord, I'm just gonna let y'all listen. Y'all just listen. And then I'm gonna tell you guys, sum it all up. I do want you guys' opinion on this, guys. I do not own the rights to this, but I do want to let you guys know that, you know, we are going to listen to it. I'm gonna get it up now on the screen if I can. Hold on, guys. Here is the bond hearing right now. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Hold on, y'all.
Did I actually do that? Let's see. Yes, I did. All right. Gloria Yvette Williams. Good morning, Ms. Williams. Ma'am, you're charged with the third-degree felony of injury to a child by omission, the first-degree felony of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, the second-degree felony of tampering with evidence when that evidence is a human corpse. I have looked at the alleged probable cause facts for these three charges, including the supplemental statement of facts, which I believe was supplied to the public defender's office. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause for all three of these cases to go forward. All three cases will go to the 230th District Court. That's going to be Judge Chris Morton. Will you need a court-appointed lawyer from Judge Morton? Would you like the help today of Attorney Chris Henderson from the Public Defender's Office? Ms. Keefe, on the question of bond for each of these three charges, what is the state's request?
In the first-degree felony, I am requesting a $500,000 bond. And in the injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence cases, I'm requesting $250,000 bonds. And I am opposed to personal bonds, not necessarily because the injury cases are prohibited by this court for personal bonds to be granted, but mostly based on the horrific facts and circumstances of this case, which resulted in the death of a 7-year-old child. As is reflected in the statement of probable cause, officers were called out to a residence in Harris County on Greencrest Drive on October the 24th of this year regarding the death of the minor complainant, who is the child of this defendant. There were 3 juvenile witnesses who are also complainants in these cases. There was a 15, 10, and 7-year-old child who are witnesses to the incident. Officers arrived, spoke with the 15-year-old child, who stated that he found his younger brother, the deceased minor complainant, in a bedroom of the residence sometime around Thanksgiving of last year, 2020. He believed this defendant would call the police, told officers that she never did so, and that she then had moved out of the apartment, leaving them in the residence with his deceased younger brother without adult supervision. He stated that they had found his younger brother approximately 1 week before Thanksgiving. He also told officers that the co-defendant, who is the boyfriend of this defendant, would lock them in a bedroom and he would hear them hitting his brothers while he was in the room with them. He stated he told this defendant about the conduct, but she ignored him, said she would talk with the co-defendant, and the 15-year-old stated, quote, that never worked. Officers also spoke with the 10-year-old complaining witness, who is the complainant in the first-degree felony serious bodily injury case, who stated that he was actually in the room when the co-defendant assaulted his deceased younger brother, striking him in the face, feet, buttocks, back, his legs, and testicles with closed fists and feet. He stated that the co-defendant then laid his brother on the floor and put a cover over him, that the defendant then came in the room to check on his younger brother, saw the body under the cover. She began crying, then made him leave the room. The 10-year-old stated that the defendant and the co-defendant then began fighting because the co-defendant had killed his younger brother. He stated that the defendant then came back another day, checked on his younger brother, and found that his body, feet, and teeth had turned into a skeleton. He stated that the co-defendant would beat him as well, hitting him on his buttocks, legs, stomach, and face, and punched him in the jaw, causing his face to be swollen. He stated when the co-defendant would drink beer and alcohol, he would get very strong. The 10-year-old also stated that his younger brother was on the floor under the cover, that his body was a skeleton, and that his hair was off. Law enforcement officers on scene observed that 10-year-old child to have extensive swelling to his face and jaw when they made contact with him on October 24th. He was transported to Texas Children's Hospital, where it was discovered that he had blunt force trauma to the face, which would require surgery because medical treatment was not sought or obtained when he was injured. During a forensic interview the following day, he disclosed that the injury had occurred when the co-defendant struck him in the face approximately 3 weeks prior, and that this defendant was aware of the injury but did not seek or obtain medical aid for him. The 7-year-old child was also interviewed, who stated that he saw it when his older brother, who is now deceased, was injured. He said he saw the co-defendant punching his brother, that his brother was lying down and the co-defendant kicked him with his feet, that his brother was not moving and the co-defendant continued to kick him and stared at his younger brother as he kicked him. He stated his younger brother's eyes were black and that he stopped blinking during the assault, that they pulled back the covers and saw that he was really dead and saw roaches everywhere on him.
Oh my God.
Officers also spoke to this defendant on October the 24th, 2021, when she was interviewed. And she stated that in November of 2020, before Thanksgiving, she had gone into the bedroom where the deceased complainant and 2 other children were at. She witnessed the co-defendant punching her now deceased son. She said she stopped him from continuing to assault him, that she entered the bedroom the next morning and found him covered with a blue blanket, that she pulled back and found him to be deceased. She confronted him, the co-defendant, who stated he was sorry that he lost it and punched him, and continued punching him until he went to sleep. The co-defendant told her that he covered him up with a blanket after he went to sleep. The defendant admitted that she knew he was deceased in November of 2020, but did not notify law enforcement at the time of his death because the co-defendant had told her not to. She was afraid that the children would be taken by Child Protective Services and that she would go to jail. Officers on scene on the 24th found the deceased and badly decomposed body of the 9-year-old complainant discovered under a blanket in the bedroom. An autopsy was conducted, and the cause of death was found to be a homicide due to homicidal violence with blunt force injury. I'm requesting those bond amounts, and I'm opposed to lower bonds as I do have concerns for the safety and protection of these surviving complainants, and do not believe that this defendant should be permitted to have any contact with these children or any children in the community. I am requesting a protective order for the surviving children, and as well as urging the state's motion for bond conditions. I believe there was one filed in every case, so the first degree, that she have no contact of any kind with any of these children or the co-defendant, that she be ordered to surrender any travel documentation in the form of a passport, visa, or other travel documents, that she not possess or use any firearms, ammunition, or other weapons, or use, possess, or consume any alcohol, controlled substances, and that she be drug tested, that she be subject to an electronic monitor with a curfew of house arrest, that she have no contact of any kind with any child under the age of 17, or participate or supervise any activities involving children under the age of 17.
Mr. Anderson.
Never been convicted of a crime is 34 years old, was in the country area. Drove quite away from anywhere else, well informed by medical conditions. She's go through beautiful employment, financial means. Beautiful employment, she worked in ACs for 1 year. This speaks to her ability to sort of help that job and everything. She's familiar with public transit in Houston because that's she can abide by any no contract.
He's talking real low. I don't, he's talking real low. I got all the volumes up. I guess he's just talking real low.
All right, thank you, Mr. Henderson.
Just for clarification, the protective order is being requested in the first degree.
1745-064.
Correct.
All right, and court will issue under that order. Ms. Williams, I'm going to set bond for you on the injury to a child case. I'll set that bond in the amount of $350,000. On the tampering with evidence charge, I'm going to set that bond in the amount of $300,000. And on the injury by omission, I'll set that bond in the amount of $250,000. I am going to issue an order of emergency protection. It's going to require you to have no contact with the minor children, Trayvon Lee, Jordan Lee, or Javion Kirkland. They'll be identified in the MOAB by their initials because they are minors. In addition, I am going to issue a bond supervision order. That bond supervision order is going to require you to have no contact with those children. You may not use, possess, or consume any illegal drugs or alcohol if you make bond. You may not use or possess any firearms or other weapons. I do want you to get a GPS device on within a day of your release. There will be a 24-hour curfew. You are prohibited from having any unsupervised contact with any person under the age of 17 years. You are not to supervise, participate, or attend any event where children under the age of 17 years are participants, and you must remain 500 feet away from any school, park, playground, or other location where children regularly gather. And that is that bond supervision order will be in the first degree case, same as the order of protection. Ms. Williams, are you a United States citizen? All right, if you'd have a seat for just a moment, I'll bring you back up. We'll talk more about the order of protection.
Okay, guys, that's the end of that. You're welcome, y'all. Y'all know if it's anything y'all want that I have that, you know what I'm saying, that you're not able to hear, y'all can just say, Monica, drop the link. I have the link. Lord have mercy. Lord, y'all give me, Lord have mercy. Do you hear me? Lord have mercy on these children. To know that these kids watch this man beat their brother to death, sit there and watched him kick him, stomp him, hit him with a closed fist, and like, they deserve everything that comes their way. They don't need no bond. They need to sit in jail and rot, just like that baby did, Kendrick. Kendrick was 8 years old when he passed away. This was before Thanksgiving. This is ridiculous. And for the apartment owners to not even, or the landlord or whoever, just drop the ball. The mother, like, she trying to put everything on. If she would have called the police, yes, she wouldn't be in the situation that she's in now. True. But she decided to pick a man over her children. This is what happens when you choose a man over your children. You sat there and you just covered the baby back up, had a conversation. Y'all moved out, let these kids sit there and watch their brother turn into a skeletal figure and think you're going to get away with that? Yes, they was getting beat. That's the sad part. She just allowed him to just beat her children. One thing about it, I don't know how nobody else feels. I am a single mother. If I get with anybody, won't nobody be beating mine. I'm just say that. Only person that will be touching them is me. And you can tell me, you can correct them, one thing, but ain't no beating. I just done made that up in my mind, child. Ain't nobody beating my children. Right. Just moved out the house, guys. I dropped the link in the chat because I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move pretty fast with getting everything out. If you have something that you want to say, then there is the link right there. If you have something you want to say, or come on here and you have something you say about this case, if it ain't pertaining to this, then please stay where you at, okay? Because I hate to block you. Yes, the baby was nonverbal. We're going to, I don't know what to play first. I don't know to play. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. The family, I only got like a minute and some change clip. Shout out to you, Miss Sheila. Thank you for giving me that. Of the parent of the family. Hey, Chef, how you doing? Of the family actually sitting down and telling what they knew. What? Are you for real, Keith? Y'all, this is Facebook who I'm talking to now. She had a daughter. Well, obviously the daughter got away. All I know is they said she had 4 children. The school said that they have always dealt with her. They had to file truancy papers on her because she wasn't letting 2 go to the school. And then, y'all, to know that they had uncovered this baby body and the baby body was just covered in roaches. Like, that was the most gruesome scene for a child. Yes, send me the send me that. No, don't tag it. Send it to me. Send me the link at this email right here. Please send me that link. I appreciate you, Key. I didn't know, like, it's so much coming out, y'all. It's so much coming out. Hey, Sing Vera, how are you today? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting. Like I said, you guys, this is an important message. This is what happens when you put a man over your children. When you allow people to, this is what abuse look like. No real mother is going to leave their children. The daughter was 17. Okay, so the daughter must be staying with someone else. She must be staying with someone else. Like, you done had all these children, and y'all gonna hear the parents, the family say that the baby was autistic. And you know what I'm saying? When you, like, my child, he's not autistic, but my child has disability. I have a son, he has a speech delay, he's ADHD, and he possibly could be on the autism spectrum. And you have to have a lot of patience. You have to be a type of mother that gives them speech. You have to give the type of mother to help them understand. You have to have a lot of patience. And God blesses you with those kind of children because of the fact that he want to teach you patience. He really do. And you have to learn them, and you have to learn their wants. You have to learn their needs. And you know what I'm saying? If you're not able to deal with that, then give those kids up. That's just the simple. That's the way I simply put it. Can simply put it. If you're not able to deal with that, then give them to someone that will love them properly. There is plenty of autism centers here that could help that child instead of beating the child to damn death. Anyway, y'all. Hey, how you doing, Miss Mama McCrazies and them? How you doing today? Y'all, this is ridiculous. It makes me so angry because no real mother would ever choose to allow a man to beat their child to death and not do anything about it. You can't say, she gonna say that she was afraid. Y'all, let me pull something up right quick. I'm gonna show y'all that she wasn't afraid. Oh no, this heifer wasn't afraid. Hold on just a minute. I'm about to get it up because she was not afraid. And anybody, and I have the evidence, honey. They've been out drinking and everything, child. They ain't been bothered. She has been bothered, not bothered the least. Trust me. I'm finna find what I'm looking for in just a minute. Who is this? Hey, Jazz Vine, what do you have to say?
Hi. This reminds me of that story. What's his name? Gabriel. The one that was on Netflix. Remember? And
Uh-huh.
his CPS didn't do anything to help him, even though like a lot of people called CPS on his mom, her boyfriend, and it's like the same situation. Like I feel like a lot of people were trying to help these kids, but nobody was listening.
No, because the little boy, he wasn't sleeping outside for nothing. If you really think about it, they said they found him outside and he was sleeping on the slide. That should let you know that this baby wasn't getting any sleep.
Oh yeah.
So I said, no one. They were just trying to help a kid. They seen, maybe they see they wanted to help, but you have to, like, when kids like that or that have been abandoned and things like that, you have to build a relationship with them. They're not automatically going to tell you. I guess that was what they were trying to do, but the baby just got fed up and he was like, you know what? I'm just going, I'm just going to call the police on my mama myself.
Hey guys, breaking.
So
yeah,
that's what actually happened. Sorry, y'all. So that's what, to me, that's what actually happened. What else do you have to say? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel like, okay, like I live in Texas, and I feel like the CPS system here is all jacked up. Like they're not focusing on the right things here. Like I just got off TikTok, and there's this lady who got her daughter taken away basically for no reason, and she's trying to get her daughter back, but they're making her like do all this extra stuff to get her daughter back, and she really, I don't even think they had like a good reason to take her away. And then like like I'm from California and I moved to Texas like back in 2016. And there is a period of time like where I was like homeless and sleeping in the car with my son.
Yeah.
And I told the lady at a job center, and asked her like if she knew if she had any resources, like a shelter she could send me to or anything like that. And she basically turned me away. And so it was like she turned me away, but then she ended up calling CPS on me.
Wow, really?
After she turned me away, yeah. So, literally, like within 24 hours, CPS was calling me, asking me like where we were sleeping in the car. Like,
right.
Instead of like the lady offering me help, she just went and told, like, basically reported me instead of helping me, even though she works in social services.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, like clearly something's going on. Like I wasn't like because I was abusing my child, it was because we were sleeping in the car, and like Like that's how jacked up is that? Like CPS, they want to like focus on the wrong people, like people who aren't really doing anything.
But
But
just
when it comes
need
to
help.
people who are like actually abusing their kids,
Hmm.
they like close the case up and they don't like follow up. They don't like do in-depth like interviews with the kids and stuff, you know? It's
Right.
just crazy. It's just
It is.
crazy. And it just really pisses me off because that poor boy, like, who knows what else he went through.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even verbalize. You know, think about going through something, someone beating you, and you can't even verbalize that. Think about someone hating you and beating you for no reason, like just because I'm different.
Exactly. Poor him.
Yeah, his mom. This is recently. She got it. Yeah, as you see, if you look on the camera, you see here that she got warrior tattooed on her. April. I found her Instagram page. This
Hmm.
was April the 18th. She got warrior tattooed on her. Where she's the warrior at? Because a real warrior is a real ass mama. She would have never allowed anybody to do any
Exactly.
damn thing to her damn kids. Where you?
And that wasn't their father, right? The white dude, he wasn't the father.
I think he was the father of some, the last
Oh,
maybe two, but he was abusing them too. Like he just had hate in his heart for these kids, probably because he wanted her to be all about him. It was something, and she just allowed it.
that's disgusting.
It's messed up, and it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Like I have no sympathy for her. I really
Mhm.
don't.
She should get the same amount of time,
Right.
if not more, because those were her kids. She was supposed to protect them.
So Miranda said, "How could he get any sleep smelling and seeing his brother decompose? He was truly living a nightmare. It's sad and heartbreaking. It is, Miranda. It is. It is. And this mama talking about she a damn warrior. Where? She's sitting up here living her best life. They walking around with J's. Like I said yesterday on that, they had J's on their feet. He had a whole Jordan outfit. And these kids probably walking around here with clothes they wore from a year ago.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
probably took all that stimulus money too and just spent it on whatever.
Girl probably getting all the extra food stamps and everything. You know
Hmm.
that she had on August the 23rd?
She was Section 8. I think that's what they said. Because people were like, "How did the bills get paid? How did the rent get paid?" Like,
Mhm.
because she was in housing.
And then she talking about she wants some undetectable micro links sewing on natural hair. So she done she obviously
Hmm.
okay, all right, Vera. Can I just call you Vera? Uh yes he did, Brianna. I watched it. And she talking about some micro links. Baby, please. And your children. This is in August, y'all. This is the hottest month. I know in Mississippi, like I said, Mississippi was hot. I know Texas was even hotter. And this is in mid-August, and your children probably didn't have no lights.
Yeah,
This is
it's ridiculous.
yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna remove this off the screen, but that is her Instagram page. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I had to dig real deep to find it, but I found it. Um, what I am going to do. Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much. Let's see here.
I think something's wrong with her. Like, some sort, like, how are you knowing that your child is
I
dead?
can
Like,
kind of look at her. Maybe she may be a little bit on the slow side. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
even so, like, you have a dead child inside your apartment. That's your child you gave birth to. You gave life to him. Like, how could you live with yourself? Like,
child probably drinking and smoking weed and all other type of things to not think about it. But you know what I'm saying? Now the police, I am gonna play the police in a minute. But the police said that the kids did have food. So I guess they had a little light and she kept the lights on for them to like to warm up some food, like some noodles. The brother fixed some noodles and some hot dogs or something like that. They probably eating damn steaks while the kids eating hot dogs and chips and noodles. That's ridiculous. Let me. What I am about to play now, and someone sent me a message, and I gotta get it. Okay, here it is. This. Oh my God. What? Hold on, just a minute. Someone sent me something else, guys. True. Thank you, Key. Shout out to Key for sending me this information. I didn't know this. She did have a daughter, and that's true. It just came out. It came out on the 24th. It is the 27th, but let's see here. Let me get it up. It says here that she did have a daughter. I can't get the daughter picture up, but I'm gonna protect that baby. But she did have a daughter for sure. So thank you, Keith, for letting me know that she did have a daughter. I guess the daughter wasn't staying with him at all. They were not staying with her at all. Wow. Y'all, this is just sad all the way around. No child deserves to live like this. And no child deserves to live like this ever. I don't care. There's no excuse why she making it, just placing this on the boyfriend. You are responsible for your children. And that's straight up. You are responsible for your children. Y'all, hold on just a second. I can't even see the chat. Well, you're right. You're right, Brianna. If that they said she come every few weeks to bring some noodles and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? They really ain't getting no nutrition. Okay, well, y'all, you know, if you find that information before I do, please make sure y'all send that information to me. What I am going to show you guys now is the family. A lot of people feel like the family, because what they said, they felt like,
but he wasn't fully
the family, a lot of people feel like the family let them down too. The reason why they said they let the family let them down was, to be honest, is because of what they're saying in this interview. And I'm going to play it, and I want you guys to listen to it and tell me if the family let them down, because in my opinion, they just really didn't do any research. But you can only go by what a person's telling you, and she was lying then to them, so they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. You know what I'm saying? No is no excuse for children to be left abandoned in a building by themselves. There is no excuse for that. Okay, y'all. So here it is right here.
Hendrick was autistic. To my knowledge, when he would come around our family, all he did was smile and be playful and laugh with you, but he wasn't fully verbal. He was almost nonverbal. And it was sad because we do have another cousin that's autistic as well. So we was like, we know we have resources to help you deal with the fact that 2 of your children are autistic. But she didn't want any of that. As far as I knew, she said that they were in a special school. We didn't know what school. We never know what school they're in, what side of town they live on. It's always her just reaching out whenever she needs something, and then we find out where she at for that time being. And it's just like, wait, like, okay, that's all we can do. We can't do anything. We don't have an apartment number to go to. We don't even know if the apartment be in her name fully or if it's somebody else's. It's a lot to it, and it's just hard because he was so sweet. He didn't do anything wrong. He would just run up to you and hug you.
help the appetite. And the baby's there.
Okay, y'all. So I guess it's gonna be on the news tonight if you guys want to hear the rest. That's all that I could find. But I do want to say that, you know, basically the family saying that she told them they was just somewhere in a special camp or something like that, and they were basically saying they told her that, hey, you know, the baby can get some help. You don't have to deal like to get to understand him more and things like that. You can get him help. And yes, y'all know they're there. If you don't know, if you have an autistic child or a child with disabilities, there is help out there. There is help to get your child's speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and you can get your child developed. Even though they may have delays or whatever, they still can get help. So there's no excuse why you didn't have patience enough to get up off your ass. Let me just say that, excuse me. But to get up off your ass and get your baby some damn help. Ain't no damn excuse. I'm sorry. A lot of people just don't want to. Some people are just selfish and don't want to give up what they doing to get their child some help. So what you do is you just let them do whatever. You let a man come in and beat your child to death, and now your ass sitting in jail on a $900,000 bond, and then he's sitting on a $1 million bond, and their asses, hopefully they get life without the possibility. That's what I hope they're shooting for. The mother shouldn't even get no lesser charge because she did not report he was abusing that baby, those children. They should get him for child abuse too. He done broke this baby jaw. And then she didn't even seek the baby to get the baby any medical attention. You just saying this baby's walking around here with a broke jaw? Y'all. It ain't no, to me, there ain't no excuse. Yes, they did, Vera. And it bothers me too. It bothers my spirit. It really does. Y'all, I can't. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. So this bothers me. They failed those babies. They did. Let me get some of these comments. If you want to come in and you want to say something, I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody from Facebook or whatever before I play the next video of the police. The police give an update, but they really don't have everything. Yes, they are sure our resources. Medicaid will cover. Yes, they do. Medicaid will cover it. Yes, they do. And your child can go for free. Ain't no excuse why your child can't get no help. Ain't no excuse. Unless you too sorry to get up off the couch or off the and do what you need to do because you too busy having relations, because you too busy laid up under that man. They said he is undergoing. He ain't see that they go with that. He ain't mental. Remember, he got loyalty written on his forehead. He ain't mental. He ain't mental. He ain't mental. He wasn't mental enough. He wasn't mental when he beat that baby. He said he lost it. So he wasn't mental. He just don't want to sit in jail. He ain't mental. I don't care what nobody say. He ain't mental. He probably and that's how he gonna get away if they allow him to play that. And then here she is stuck in jail for the rest of her life. But you are responsible for your children, sweetie. Yes, they are. And they probably they're gonna have some kind of resentment towards the mother. And that's just very honest. I feel like there will be resentment towards the mother. If you don't like my child, take your ass home and don't come back. Tell them, Trisha. I'm for real. I'm for real. child, I be cussing all everybody. I be cussing all the parents out. I'll probably let some make it. Then some of them I'll probably be cussing them out. Nah, I stay talking on the phone with these crazy customers. Right? They better not let them out. No, like they really don't. They really don't. They really don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though she is responsible for the children. Yes, she is responsible for the children. And these are her children. But you allowed someone to come in there and they did this abuse. And yes, you admitted to it, but you did not call the police because you were too scared to go to jail. They already had an eye on you. I don't know why they took the eye off, but they did. I don't know. He probably gonna try to off himself. How much y'all want to bet he's gonna try? Y'all gonna hear about him hanging himself on the jail cell because he thought he could get away with this. Exactly, Brianna. Exactly. And I'm for real, like, he probably will off himself. Because you could tell he probably got all these tattoos on his face, look hard, but see, he gonna be somebody bitch. Let me just say that. I'm just gonna be real. Excuse my language, but go ahead and say it. He will be somebody's bitch. Straight up. And hey, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be saying that, but he will be. Be loyal to that. A bitch. Okay. I'm just gonna say it and I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. That's what he will be. Straight up. In Texas, you can get a caregiver to come to your home to teach and take care of your autistic children. Yes, and that's more than just one state. It's so many resources. Like, a lot of people didn't understand what autism was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When everybody thought, back in the day, they said something wrong with you. They're a little slow, but they didn't know that that's what it was. A child was autistic. They didn't know how to. It's a lot of kids that are autistic that are flourishing. They, even though they are autistic, you know what I'm saying? They excel. Y'all don't understand. They excel in so many different ways. Like, they're very smart in math, science, great writers, things like that. They flourish in things that a normal person couldn't flourish at. They flourish at that. So never think just because a child is autistic that they're going to be dumb, because they're not. Okay, Mama McCrazy's in them. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Shana Brown said, that's right. He needs to be loyal to that. Amen. They're going to rock his world in there. They is, child. They is going to rock his world. But as if you guys don't know, I do want to say this, there is resources out there for children with autism. There's a whole autism center. You can research it. It's worldwide. So there's no excuse why this young lady couldn't get this baby no help. And I feel like the parents should have been, or the family should have been on her case a little bit more about her children. Because my mama should be like, Mom, where them kids at? Where they at? What's going on? Right, Vera. Yes, they are. Like, honey, you know what I'm saying? I have been around, like I said, I have been around, I have worked for the public school district, and I have been around children that are autistic. And I'm going to just be honest, you know what I'm saying? They're not hard to love. You'll fall in love with them so easily. And the baby name was Kendrick, guys. He was 8 years old when he passed, but he's 9 this year. Okay, Mama McCrazy, yes. Yes, the medicine does help. The medicine does help. and speech therapy, occupational therapy, all of it works together for their good. And y'all don't know that, you know what I'm saying? They become very flourishing adults that can able to take care of themselves. Some of them, if you get them the right kind of resources. Um, so guys, I'm the next thing I'm gonna do, then we're gonna get out of here because I'm trying to get off this live by 11 o'clock. So we're going to listen to the details. I'm gonna give you about 15 minutes of listening to the sheriff department in Harris County give details on how the um on how they on an update on this case. This is what I'm saying, child. I don't went blank. I think I'm getting sleeping in the mind. Hold on, but guys, just give me 1 minute here. Um, just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, just allow me a moment. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Oh, I hate this computer do this. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna play this so you guys can hear the sheriff's department give their details. I can truly say that the sheriff department, they basically said that it hurt, even though they're a grown men, it hurt them so bad to see children living in this kind of condition. So if children, if it hurts a grown man, what do you think? Like this, y'all, I hate to do this, but I got to share this baby. I got to share this baby because he was a beautiful little boy. He really was. And I'm gonna share this baby. I'm gonna share this baby. This is the baby. That's him right there. He was a beautiful little boy. And he didn't deserve that, y'all. And his name is Kendrick. I'm gonna take him off the screen. I just had to show him because that baby didn't deserve that. No baby deserved that. And he was a handsome little boy. So y'all just give me another minute. Whew. These people just, it's just sickening. Just sit there and watch your brother rot. He had, see his pretty hair, so I guess all his hair and stuff like that was just going away. Like y'all just don't know. Like everything they got is coming their way, and I don't feel sorry for them one bit. I really don't. Hold on, y'all. Let me find. Let me just Google it. Hold on, y'all, because I know I just had it. Oh, I'm trying to find the sheriff's department update. So let me see here. I hate to go through all these changes. But anyway, guys, I just want to say, this is this is just such a sad story. It is really such a sad story, and to just know that a child life was taken the way that it was taken, it just does something to you. It really does. It does something to you. It does something to someone's spirit, and it just makes you sad because no real mother, and I really say, and let me emphasize on the real, no real mother is going to sit up and neglect their child. Not a real mother, but a negligent mother would. Yes, he was, Vera. Yes, I hope the remaining children, and that's so sad that these kids have to testify against their own mama. I know that hurts them so much that they have to testify against their own mama. That's the sad part about the whole situation. These babies got to testify against their own mother. And the mama, she just sitting up here making excuses. But it is not an excuse for what you did. It's no excuses for letting your brother sit there letting your child sit there and rot away and think you was gonna get away with it. Ain't no way. Let me check my inbox. I know somebody sent something. Okay, y'all, hold on. I may have to just, guys, because y'all, my screen just frozen. And okay, guys. I know y'all can't even hear that. Hold on. Y'all, I apologize. Okay, here it is. I do apologize about the delay, guys, but hopefully I don't get in trouble for sharing this content.
For the dead child's siblings who were left alone for months
to fend for each other.
Hold on, guys. Here it is right here.
Thank you for joining us this morning as we provide an update to our community on a recent case. There aren't many jobs in our agency that are tougher than those involving abused children. These incidents are horrific, heartbreaking cases of abuse and neglect, and they involve the most innocent and defenseless among our community. On Sunday, our patrol deputies and investigators responded to a gruesome child abandonment case. For many agency veterans, it was the most disturbing scene they worked in their entire law enforcement career. It seemed too horrific to be real. It's hard to even explain to you that feeling. Our investigators immediately began piecing together what happened and trying to unfold a seemingly senseless death of a child who was supposed to be loved and cared for, and trying to understand unspeakable living conditions for the dead child's siblings who were left alone for months to fend for each other. We are here to share what we know today and to share our continued commitment to these children and our community. We must work tirelessly as child safety advocates to protect our most vulnerable, and we must work as a team. Sergeant Dennis Wolford with our homicide unit will be talking through the charges with you and any updates on this active investigation. And I want to emphasize active. It's still an active investigation that is continuing. Briefly, I want to provide a scene recap. On Sunday, October 24th, 2021, at about 3:15 p.m., our deputies received a phone call from a 15-year-old child who advised that his brother had been dead for a year and his body was in an apartment unit at 3530 Greencrest near West Park Tollway. He also stated that his parents had not lived in the apartment in West Harris County with him and his siblings for several months. Our patrol deputies found a 15-year-old and 2 other male children in an apartment unit, ages 10 and 7, who appeared malnourished and showed signs of physical injury. They also found skeletal, dry remains. The Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit, Child Abuse Unit, and Crime Scene Unit investigators responded to the scene. The children were taken to a local hospital to be assessed and treated. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services received emergency custody of them. Now I want to pause just briefly just to say that in the midst of the darkness and this horrific situation, that I'm so glad that that 15-year-old finally reached out for help. I want to say that I'm glad that he found assistance at the end of the other line with one of our call takers. And I'm comforted to know that when he opened the door and there was a Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies there, that they could finally receive the care and protection that they've needed for so long. And that's what law enforcement does every single day, finding people in their darkest moments. The mother of the children, 35-year-old Gloria Yvette Williams, and her boyfriend, 31-year-old Brian Ward Coulter, were located late Sunday night and interviewed by investigators before being released without charges. Now, I think it's important to note that at that point, it's still an ongoing active investigation. We didn't find them until late that night. And so we have to make sure that we're being thorough, not getting ahead of the evidence and the investigation that's ongoing. And so at that point, they were released without any charges. On Tuesday, October 26, 2021, the Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit charged the mother's boyfriend, Brian Coulter, with the murder of the child, who was confirmed to be 8 years old at the time of his death in 2020. The manner and cause of death were ruled a murder by multiple blunt force injuries, according to the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. The mother of the murdered child, Gloria Yvette Williams, was charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence. Both Williams and Coulter were taken into custody without incident by our Criminal Warrants Unit investigators, and this remains an active investigation. At this point, I want to introduce Sergeant Dennis Wolford, the lead investigator with our homicide unit, that will speak about the child's murder and updates. A lot of this information will still be general. Keep in mind, there are certain things we can answer, other things we simply can't at this point for a variety of reasons. And it remains active because there's always a possibility, as we mentioned, that there could be additional charges, that charges could be upgraded. So it's still an unfolding investigation at this point. But at this point, I introduce Sergeant Wolford.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good morning. Again, my name is Sergeant Dennis Wolford. I'm the supervisor of the homicide unit that was tasked with investigating this. It's a group of 6 investigators. The lead investigator is actually Deputy John Craig. Child abuse also made the scene with us, and they were invaluable in the input that they gave us dealing with CPS and things like that. One of the things that I want to express, I know that there was a lot of people upset that these people weren't taken into custody right away.
Right, we were.
One of the things you have to understand is, one, the law of statements, the laws of the state of Texas, and how we get these things into trial. We know at that point that these children were safe because they were in CPS custody, and the decision was made not to arrest that night. And the reason is because a lot of evidence has to come in before we can actually file charges, including a ruling from the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences on what caused this child's death. We also had numerous people, forensic interviews with the children and stuff like that had to be done. Plus, we have to corroborate what the children are telling us before charges can be filed. So believe me, we, from the very beginning, me, the 6 of us, the child abuse guys, we were focused on getting these charges done. We wanted to get them done as quickly as possible. But above all murder investigations, child deaths, child murders, they are methodical investigations. And our end goal is to see that justice is served, not to just put people in jail. We want justice to be served. I will answer any questions that I can for you. There may be some that I cannot. Again, as the sheriff said, in my long time of working homicides, this one's up there. You know, this one affected us.
We'll circle back with the question just a bit, but
Sure. Just
and I also want to mention that we have members here from our Crimes Against Children unit as well. Lieutenant Lovett and his team are here as well, and so they'll be present if there's certain questions that perhaps they could answer. I do want to just mention a couple things that may come up before we get into other parts of it. Is that it's our understanding that the children that were present in the apartment, that there were two fathers involved, not involved in the scene. What I'm saying in terms of connected to them, we're told, we haven't confirmed it yet, but that one is possibly deceased already, and the other was simply not involved in the lives of the children, so they were not in the picture. There's also, I believe, at least two other siblings that were not in the apartment that are elsewhere as well. So I just wanted to mention that we are aware of that. Those dynamics.
She got
well.
6 kids, child.
I want to just briefly say it in Spanish as well, just recap what we had. El día domingo, el 24, como a las 3:15, recibimos una llamada de una adolescente de 15 años que avisó que quería reportar de que su hermano había estado muerto por más de un año y que el cadáver estaba dentro.
Okay, y'all. So, what do you guys think now? He said that there was 2 more additional. So, like, she got 6 kids, and she ain't took care of now one of them. Six children, and you ain't took care of now one of them. 2 of them was outside the home. One of the fathers is dead, and the other was just not in their life. Let me tell you, fathers, something, man. When you know that you have, I'm just going to say is, be a part of your children's lives. Don't choose a man, penis, over your children. Don't choose the streets over your children. And men, if you know that your child is being neglected, you know your child is not being right. You need to, if you don't have yourself right, you need to get yourself together to get your child. This is ridiculous. A child's life has been taken. And they sitting up here with tattoos talking about loyalty and a warrior. Where? It got to be Trisha. That's the only thing I know. It has to be something mentally unstable with her. I don't think it's anything mentally unstable with him. But with her, there's a whole picture of them in the car when the news tried to contact them. But they ran away. And this is the picture. Hopefully y'all can see it. That's the picture. That's them right there. So, exactly. I'm sorry. That's why I said I just refuse now in my life to choose anything over my children. They ain't asked to be here, so I got to do what I got to do. If you ain't here to help raise and help be a part of their life in a good way, then please stay away. I know what you're saying. Y'all, this is sad. This is ridiculous. And I do need to check up on some other cases as well, guys. The one that I did earlier part of this year where the foster mother, she was a part of the worst cooks in America. she had killed her, the little white girl, Victoria Rose. Yeah, we're gonna have to do an update on her and see what's going on with that, because I ain't heard that on that yet. But I do know that she going to jail. For sure. Ariel Robinson, she's going to jail. She beat that girl with paddles, belts, and everything. And I ain't heard nothing else about it, but we're gonna get some answers for that too. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this live, guys. I do want to say this, guys. Continue to pray for these young men, these young boys. Let's pray that, guys, that these young boys have a flourishing life after this. Pray that that God blesses them with a mighty strong family that gives them all the love and protection that they deserve as children. But anyway, guys, that's all that I have for tonight. Guys, before I leave, I forgot I need to be promoting this in like the week of Thanksgiving, guys. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving kickback. We're just going to be sitting back drinking, and having conversation, and just, I do want to give back to my platform. I do want to give back to my people, and so I am going to do a drawing on giving away Cash App giveaways. So if you guys on my Facebook platform or on my YouTube platform, if you guys want to be a part of this giveaway, I only have one entry. And right now, that one entry gonna get all the money. That's what it looked like. But if you want to give back to that, if you want to give to it, please email me. If you want, not give to it, but if you want to be a part of it, if you want to be entered in, all you have to do, you don't have to, well, you do need to be in the building if you want your money. But you can inbox me your Cash App information and tell me that you want to be a part of the giveaway. Email me at mjjfamily2020@gmail.com. You can't inbox me on I'm sorry, y'all, on Facebook, and let me know you want to be a part of the giveaway. But that's all that I have for tonight, guys. Make sure you guys, if you just now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're on Facebook and you're watching and you want to like the page, please like my page. I will be coming out with more content. Y'all know we talk, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's not a lot out, but we definitely have a lot of discussions here on Monica News and Views. So make sure you guys, y'all hit the like button, and I will see you guys on tomorrow, maybe, or Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know yet. This is my Facebook information, CBG News with Monica News and Views. So let me just drop everything. I got the link right here. Let me drop it. Okay, if you want to go to Monica News and Views to support that, my link for Facebook, if you are on Facebook and you want to come over to YouTube to support, it doesn't matter to me. I can give you the link to my Facebook, but that is the one for Facebook. So if there's nothing else, guys, I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you guys on the next go around.